All righty. Welcome. Want to start off with some introductions or what?
All right. Yeah, let's do that. Welcome to the Garden of Degens podcast. We appreciate you guys all coming to our first episode. My name's Drew, also known as Jerusalem on Twitter. I've been in the crypto space now since 2021. Kind of got started with NFTs more than crypto itself, but I've since been trying to learn more DeFi stuff and constant learning. This week's all ordinals for me. I'm learning those. So, Savage, what about you?
I've been in the space, and I mean on Twitter since 2019 was when I started the Twitter kind of account. I did it just to shit in people's posts. I was like, "What the fuck you talking about? This ain't a bull market," like at 9K when people are like, "Oh God, here comes Ethereum 2.0." People don't even realize. What was it? The Bax launch. The Bax launch in 2019 was supposed to send us from Ethereum at the time was like 180 to 500 again, and we would just dump back down to $80. But I've been into crypto since 2017, and I've had a taste of all of it at this point, I would say.
I'm Quentin, otherwise
Nice.
known
What
as
about you,
Q. I've been in the space a long ass time, on and off. My first mining wallet for BTC was in, I believe, December 2011. I think I still got the email for it. It's been interesting to say the least. I've seen the absolute lows and the lows of crypto. I've seen the absolute peaks as well. I really got active back in 2017 during the fallout. One of my biggest things was one of my biggest bags I made was actually shorting ETH and BTC during 2017 2018 crash. And I've just been having fun. I'm known as a big bear. As much as I love this ecosystem, I'm quite bearish on it. So, hence the yeah. So, and what's funny is there's some people that I look up
You're
to
the biggest
that
bear I
are
follow on
even more
Twitter.
bearish than I am. So, we'll get into that. But I know it's nuts. But yeah.
I don't know how that's possible.
But yeah,
Because
so
you're my daily
NFTs,
dose of depression.
DeFi, man, you name it. I've done pretty much all of it. But it's good to be starting a pod with the best friends, and yeah, that's introductions out of the way.
All right, well let's talk a little bit about what we've been doing for the past couple of weeks. Because while we've been getting this podcast ready, what have you been up to, Savage?
God, all right. So let's just, I could go back a very long time. I think a good spot to start really is just the beginning of this year, right? Like, so went into this year, I saw some signs of a little bit of life down there at 16K. I didn't see much life. I did see some life though down there, and I rode up along a little bit, and then got extremely bearish. Probably like most people. It didn't really make sense to go that high. I was thinking the highest we could go is to that yearly level of 28.9K, but it kind of took us a while to get there. Well, in this course of kind of knowing that we were going to pump the first quarter, I just got ripped apart. I overtraded, whatever. It might have been over trading. It might have just been every trade I was taking was going the other direction. I'm sure anybody that's ever traded as long and as consistently as me or as Drew or as Q, knows the ups and downs of this business. And I just got chopped up through Q1. I was, every trader that's getting chopped up and their system's not working for them or they're not working for their system, whatever the way it is, they will just try to survive. That's the key, right? Is like just survive, because you can survive, and at one point you're gonna finally hit it gold, right? You're gonna hit it rich, and you're gonna hit a winning streak, and then that's gonna give you confidence and momentum, and that's kind of what happened. Beginning of April, I started trading well. did some trades, did very well, and I won't forget where this is kind of where we're going to go into a really good conversation with Q. I couldn't wait, actually. I've been thinking about this conversation all week because he's going to remember, but I remember about April 17th, and I only know this because I have like this weird chronological, weirdo memory, but like April 17th, that night I texted Q and I was like, yo, dude, you see this Pepe?
little.
And he's like, yeah, dude, I bought a little bit, and I go, yo, I need you to just sell that NFT that I gave you a little bit of money on and just buy some Pepe with me. He's like, all right, I'll list in the market, and
That's your first NFT.
You got to realize, I threw him a little money to get an NFT. I don't realize they're not that liquid. Yeah, it's my first NFT. And I didn't really understand kind of the liquidity. I was like, thinking I could just split this thing real quick, and I'm going to have this money and get it. So anyways, the point is, right, this was April 17th. The point is, right, that night I remember talking to Q and I showed interest in this Pepe. I was like, what the fuck is this? This is a really interesting coin name. This is it's just worth, you could get $1 trillion back then. You could get trillions back then for like nothing. Literally.
Yeah.
And overnight.
That's the best part of the story. I was waiting for that part of the story.
Overnight,
I didn't buy any.
Of course. I didn't buy any, but the overnight, of course, it 3x at that point or more. It did something like 3 or 4x just overnight. And I'm like, still thinking like it's early, fuck, that sucks. Like I missed out on 3-4x, but this has got like 17 zeros in front of the number, and I can get $1 trillion coins for like $1,000, like no problem. So this is, you got to realize, fam, this is just on Uniswap. And I wasn't very comfortable on Uniswap. I think I might have swapped something back in the day a little bit, but whatever. I had to kind of get comfortable with Uniswap. So I immediately, moved some funds around and got some Ethereum and sent it over and got the Uniswap, and I bought some Pepe. And we had a very nice run. And I almost want to show the chart. I feel like it's necessary to show the chart on this one. This is actually a perfect example where if you're watching my stream, God, it was crazy. Actually, I'm gonna have to pull up on Dex Tools because that's got the most historical chart.
You just send that Dex Tools link to Q and he can pull it up on the stream.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do. So anyways, we got in so early and we made a bunch of money off of it. And to be honest, for me, I kind of wrote it out much longer than maybe Q or Drew did. I think Drew actually wrote it very long. Much longer.
I still have some. I still have some.
So
I'm a round tripper, bro. I still got 11 billion.
Oh goodness. It was just like a crazy thing where it just kept unfolding, where it was like 10, 15, 20x, even this was late. This was after like 3-4x overnight on me. And I'm gonna pull up the daily. I think that's the best one. All right. So look, people don't even realize. They're like, well, Pepe, it's a pump and dump. No. You want to know pump and dump, dude? We're not even back to my original entry. Don't talk about pump and dump. Like this is crazy.
Here,
back here,
Savage.
When
I'm gonna take over.
We got it. Basically.
I know. That's about what I got it.
Yeah. It's 23:20 right
take
here.
over a little bit.
Okay, I gotta send it to you. All right,
basically,
you got it? All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So
that bottom lower consolidation, Pepe, right? Like before the giant flag.
This is where they got into Pepe. Okay, it did here, let me pull up real quick. From basically, it did yeah.
Yo, you all hear
100%. Okay, so we thought we'd missed it. All right, we're getting in on the 17th. After 3,100% up, and then we decide, 17th right here. We decide, let's do it. Fuck it. And then overnight, it pulls one of the most insane moves from basically our entry up. It had done another 3-4x again. So I figured, fuck it, let's send it. It had crashed all the way back down. It was still getting stronger, more holders. Volume was dissipating a little bit, but I said, this has got to run. So I told Savage, me and all my boys, we've got hefty money in this. At the time, I had 27 grand. I still have the screenshot. I sold way too early, by the way. I did not make that much money. But we'll get to that point. But anyway, so we had 4x our money. I'd put in 6 grand. I put in a little bit more when we consolidated back down. And essentially, around these next few like weeks was crazy. We had just been stacking. These moves were unreal, and then obviously from there we just did the most fucked up and explosive move, and I sold way too early. So I had 27 grand. I think at the time, I'd have to pull it up, but it was like 1.8 trillion or 2 point something. It was in the trillions. Quite like at peak would have been worth like 13 or 14 million. I sold it for a 4x, like a dumbass. I thought it was a bro. I made $130,000, okay, off a 6 grand investment.
That's it.
I was out. I was like, that is the best thing I could ever get in this bear market. And then I only sent 2 people screenshots of my 27 grand inside PayPay when it was this low. It was Jamster, and I think I might have sent it to you, True, as well. And it was literally every single one was like, bro, they DM me, they'd be like, bro, your shit's worth 2.7 mil right now. Your shit's worth 3.8 mil right now. Yo, your shit's worth 6.4 mil right now. Like, and I would just, I fucking has long since sold it. But Savage, you rode that shit all the way, man. So let's talk about that.
I did. So I wrote it much higher than most people would have thought. I actually wrote it, not only wrote it, but I doubled down in that lower consolidation, that lower left consolidation, bought some more, and I kind of just kept going with it. Was making a little bit of profit, taking a little bit off, buying some more. And I ended up selling not the 3s, but I sold the 2 2s, 2 4s. And I was like, all right, that's good enough for me. At that point, I think I did a 32x is what I officially calculated, which is pretty fucking amazing, dude. Like thinking about like, if you guys don't realize that 3x that I originally made, this is about where I wrote it to. So what is that? 10x was 1,000%. What is that? That's considered a 10x basically? I guess a 10x according to this chart. I thought it was much more than that. Either way, but if I had not missed that first 3x, maybe it would have been a 32x, because people don't realize you get in that early point and it's worth dust, and you put that dust in, invest in that dust, and that dust is like ends up gaining
it's musical
value.
chairs.
Like it just explodes. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, like I rode mine, and I sold half my bag at the Pico top. Like I sold it at the top it got to. I sold half my bag, bought back in the same amount I sold on that second red candle down from the top.
Yeah.
So I still kept like 60 profit from that when I bought back in. Since then, I've just rode that down. Today actually I sold half my bag. Just to get like some ETH out, use that to sweep OZB because I'm bullish back on NFTs right now.
Okay.
So I'm back in there, but I still have 11 billion Pepe, and I'm going to hold that right. I'll hold that right till nothing at this point. Like I'm well out of my investment. I'm well out. Like I made profit on. I put $500 in only. That's how much money I put in, and I put it in at like before you guys bought. Like before it did that big jump, I put in $500 then, and so I turned that like at the peak. It was worth 80 grand.
No one knew this was gonna happen until everyone knew, and then at that point, it was just like, yeah, exactly.
And then everybody knew it was gonna happen, and then we were stupid for not putting more in.
I fucking screwed the poop a bit on that one, but I'm extremely bearish on all crypto. So I making a 10x basically. On top of my first initial payment, like a 3.5, 4x after it had already ran like 30 or 40 or 50x, was enough for me. I didn't know that it was going to do another, 200, 300, 400% from where I sold.
Well, nobody does And the shoulda, woulda, coulda
I
in
tried to tell
fucking
you.
Yeah, Savage called it.
I did say there
honestly.
was some point. I feel like,
I mean, but like I don't know any other space in the world where the shoulda, woulda, coulda hits you as hard as it does in crypto and NFTs. Where it was like, if only I had just bought more, or if I just held another month here, I could have made this much. Because it's so
Yeah.
easy to track what you did. You
Yeah.
know exactly where you bought in and where you sold. Like that hits me up all the time. There's definitely nights where I've stayed awake, like where I'm like, oh my god, I fucked up. Like I was telling Q the other day, Q and I went for dinner, and I bought Dogecoin back when it first came out. Lost the wallet. I've lost it. It's gone. Like I bought hundreds of dollars worth. I have no clue how much I bought. I just know I spent like how many of them I got. I just know I spent like $300 on Doge. When people were giving it away for free on Reddit. And I lost the wallet. So I think the only thing that saves me from grabbing the rope is that I don't know exactly how much Dogecoin, so I can't calculate how much money I've lost on that.
Yeah.
But it definitely that stings to think about.
Last couple weeks.
What about you, Q? What have you been up to the last couple weeks?
Half of the last two, since like November 2021. I took a massive short in ETH and then started getting to NFTs to quell my boredom. And then March 2022, I got really bored of NFTs and I fucking hated them. Started trading again. So I've been trading for a long ass time, but I get into these headspaces where I just I can't stand the trading people. Like we're on Twitter every day. The people who trade on Twitter, they're either like fucking geniuses and like you gotta listen to every word they say, or they're complete and utter clowns and like they'll LARP as amazing trader, never be wrong, 100% hit rate kings, just to sell kind of that paid program, so to speak. So I've been shitting on paid programs for a long ass time, and then about 2 months ago I decided, fuck it, let's start my own paid program. So I was doing that for the last 2 months. We're actually doing education. It's not a call here, buy here, sell here program. It's something where it's a lot of hand holding. It's a lot of, genuine teaching, educational knowledge stuff on all markets and all asset and equity classes. So that's been taking up a lot of my time the last couple of weeks, just because I'm spending 20 hours a week or more with the crew that are in there, just kind of teaching them how to trade this absolute garbage price action. So that's what I've been doing for the last few weeks, mainly just like teaching people how to trade, telling people not to get down on themselves. A lot of people have made 100, 200 trades and they're like barely breaking even. And then I'd like to show them, the average trader in the space, which is, a couple hundred trades down 60%. Yeah. So like everyone I know, even the smartest, most intelligent,
the worst
traders
chop
with,
all year.
All of us have come together, no matter bull or bear, to condemn this kind of market structure, this price action that we've been dealing with for 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks. So yeah, just the fact that a lot of these people are just learning for the first time in the last month, 2 months, learn how to trade. The fact that they're able to even break even at all is amazing. So just being able to convince them, like even me, man, like I have a Degen account. Before all this bullshit happened, I started it with $250. It's now at like $9,000. But it should be at like 26, 27, 28 grand if it weren't for this stupid fucking chop. Because I'll make $600 on a trade and then I'll lose 480 on the next, and then just keep 2 steps back, 1 step forward type of thing. So yeah, just been handling that, dealing with some educational program stuff for the last few months. But markets are fucked, man.
Nice. Yeah, the market's really fun right now. For me, I've been doing a lot of collab management
Troy,
stuff. That's kind of what I do.
If you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Why, you're just gonna cut him off and then and then not say anything?
Well,
That's Xanax.
so real. Okay, so hold on. Real quick, guys. I had audio issues. Yeah, it wasn't a Xanax. I had audio issues, right? And I just pulled up your stream queue, and now we're good. But I have a little bit of delay.
Yeah, there's going to be delay on Twitch. There always is. So I just mute it.
Was that it? Oh no, it's super delayed.
Oh, I lost his audio.
His audio is quite delayed.
Oh, perfect. Oh, his delays. His audio is quite delayed.
Oh, it's so bad.
No, he's literally fucking only listening.
Maybe try leaving and rejoining.
So, like, he should just be hosting the channel, but we'll figure this out later. This is the kinks of having a first episode of a podcast.
Okay. Yeah, first episode. We're gonna have to work through some of the technical difficulties. But yeah, so for me, what I've been up to the past few weeks, like I do collab management. I actually in March I lost my job, so I decided to go full time into Web3, which has been a lot of fun. It's definitely been a little slow the past couple months, but still getting some good gigs, working with some good projects, doing good collab management stuff. It seems the market's picking up. There's more projects coming out, more contracts coming through. I kind of got into trading Pepe as well, made a decent bag off that, trading other shit coins. Lost some money on some other shit coins, but made some money here and there. So it's definitely, it's hard to make bags on shit coins for sure. You can lose a lot, but the gains are insane if you're using the right bots. So been learning how to use Maestro, been learning that. This week I started learning how to do ordinals. Seems like it might be the new meta here for a little bit. So I figured I should learn how to do some Bitcoin stuff. Never even owned Bitcoin before this week. So that's something new for me. But picked up a couple of those. And then today it seems like NFTs might be coming back. Today's the first day I've seen some life in NFTs in a while. I bought a few. I minted 15 of the oranges today. They were like a 0.0004 mint, whatever, on OpenSea, and they're cooking right now, 0.02. So they're doing very well. But besides that, man, it's been just, surviving the market, trying to hang out with friends and network as much as I can and make the most of the downtime, right? Also doing some family stuff. You have to right now when it's down. So that's what we've been up to. Let's talk about some stuff. What's new on Twitter? I guess kind of some of the elephants in the room are like Ben.eth for one. That guy is currently the king of crypto Twitter, so we should probably talk about that. Did anybody buy into his pre-sales? I didn't. I didn't get into any of his coins. I bought Fuck Ben, the coin, and made some bags on that one, but I didn't buy anything else.
Weird about you guys. Shit. I have been burned so many times. I don't even know Ben personally through Twitter, but just like random people doesn't matter. Charity cases doesn't matter. The most I'm sending someone is like $10 because it's fucking whatever. But I honestly no, I didn't do any pre-sale. I know Savage probably did because Savage just like that. But I think he's still having audio issues because he's got a major delay. Pre-sale of Ben.
What pre-sale? What?
Did you do the Ben.eth?
Okay, never mind.
Stuff for either.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't do that.
I did send Polyox to YouGetNothing.eth. I sent him 0.05 because it was late at night and I was stoned and I just wanted to feel something. So I sent him 0.05.
You could ever fucking do is send every single token that was sent to that address to the burn address. That would just be the most amazing, most bullish thing you could ever do, I think.
I hope he just yeets it all into Pepe and pumps my last 11 billion bag I have. I don't know what he's gonna do, man. I know that I avoided all the Ben.E stuff a lot, but like today he bought that orange, the FF 6600 orange NFT project, and like they minted out 9K at 0.1 today, which is insane for this market. So I mean, good for him. I bought one on secondary, and I'm up right now, so I'm watching that. It seems like everything he's touching right now is making people money. So whatever happens there is good, but I think his fall from grace might be pretty epic to watch on crypto Twitter whenever that happens.
I'm weird about sending people money, dude. Like, honestly, like that's just my one thing. I think to a fault too, because like I've just been around for so long. Like, there was just recently actually one with Andrew Wang. I wanted to bring this up with that like blind woman, who is. Yeah, so like she was supposed to have cancer, and it was like this whole thing.
I got fucked on that.
Like the amount of time, like my mom passed away when I was 10 years old from breast cancer. So like cancer hits me fucking hard. So like I've sent so much money to people that have done that kind of stuff, and like honestly, 95% of them turn out to be like either not genuine or complete straight up scams. So I've been in this space long enough that like no matter how much money I make, I'm not really like generous with it, if that makes sense, just because I know of how fucking scammy this place is. I just refuse personally. And like the whole coin token pre-sale stuff as well, like our mutual friend Jamster was getting absolutely fleeced on pre-sales. I watched him lose like 3 or 4 times in 5 days on pre-sales, just getting flat rugged, right at the same time that this Ben guy was amassing a bunch of money. So didn't feel right. I don't really participate in that shit anymore. These bear markets, typically I'm just shorting ETH, not even Bitcoin anymore. I think Bitcoin's going to be stronger than ETH in this bear market. So I've just been shorting that. That's my only source of income right now, is shorting ETH.
That cancer project, the Pixel Penguins or whatever, that was my first NFT project I bought in months, and I think I aped like 0.3 into it because the volume was there, and then I literally went to go fix my barbecue, came back 20 minutes later, and it was at 0, and I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, oh my god, that's a bad hit to go right into your first NFT. And I know a few people that did that too, because like I said, like Andrew Wang tweeted it. It seems legit. Yeah. It seems like looking into it, it seems like she'd been scamming him for a while. So that was it sucks kind of all around. But that definitely was a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth for like when we just started thinking NFTs were alive again, and we see a huge amount of volume, and it ends up being a rug right off the bat. Yeah. But what can you do, man? That's the space. You just gotta pick yourself up and take the loss on the chin. If you can't take losses on the chin in this space, man, you're never gonna make it, because we've all been there.
Isn't that the truth, man?
That's
Isn't
the
truth? I just think I rated you. I don't know how to host. I'll figure it out on my end, but whatever. Hopefully the 10, 12 people get it and understand. Go over there to BearQ's stream, and we'll figure things out from there. But not everything's a complete rug in the NFT space. I did try to talk about, just after Pepe actually, this project minted on Solana, and I knew about my boy Juice got me into it, called The Heist, and it was kind of crazy. They got a little bit off the Bay C, Bored Ape Yacht Club. So they kind of, not, I wouldn't say stole that, because reality is they stole it, right? Like, it turns out they ended up stealing their shit. But, they have chimps and gorillas, and it's kind of like a play to earn. At least that's what I thought it was. And now they're calling it like a play to yield or something like that. It's not quite a play to earn. But if you imagine you invest like, a good amount of money. I first started with like one chimp, and you're trying to you're trying to heist, you're trying to steal this banana from like banks and shit in this town. I could actually show the thing. Q, can you stream, or can I? link.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
do it through my
Here,
wallet. I
just
want to
fine.
show my apes and shit. Can I share my
Yeah.
screen?
You can share it on the Discord actually, and it
Yeah,
should
I
just
will.
show.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
Here,
that's
I
I
have it
might.
right there.
You might
see
have to
that?
watch it there, Q.
You see that? Can you see that in the thing? All right. Right. So I logged in, whatever. And I can show a little bit about this, but by the way, I want people to realize there is no money shield behind this. I literally got in with one fucking chimp, and like a chimp now costs just a little bit more than when I got in 6 weeks ago. This project started 6 weeks ago. They have like seasons. It's kind of like seasons of Call of Duty kind of thing, but it's not obviously Call of Duty. It's probably one of the best projects that I've seen as far as when it comes to NFTs, the graphics, all that shit. But so this is my little lineup of chimps right here. You can see I have a bunch of them. You know, they're probably I'd say 200 or more per chimp. I have obviously a bunch here, and then I have gorillas, and there's gorillas. I'm kind of explaining each one, but each one you go through this. There's different locations, and each location has like a set amount of Nana. Nana's tied to Solana. It's a currency. If you imagine, like, just looking at my wall right here, you can just see how much Nana I have. 66,000 Nana. That Nana's just from yesterday. I mean, yielded $261, or you minus the Solana, right? So $200 just from yesterday's yield of these chimps and shit. And so, you know, you go over this location. I don't know. Not everything's necessarily a rug pull. This ended up being like, you know, the second project, first Solana project I ever got into, but second real NFT and project I got into. It's pretty legit project. I have no motivation whatsoever to get you involved in this game. You can try it if you want or not, but like, well, I think what's nice is the floor price, right, has actually stayed pretty stable. We're talking about like of a floor price of Solana of like 8 to 15, and it's gone between that range, never really taken off. That's for just a chimp. Never really taken off, but never going low. What's cool is the chimps and the gorillas each have different things they can do. Chimps can 10x, they can 5x, they can double up. You can fumble confiscation. You can actually get your chimp burned. You can lose a $200 NFT in one of these heists just by chance, by pure chance.
So what are you making per day on this? Like right now, like what's your
ROI? Just as today, right here, 40. I don't make that much because I didn't really invest that much. But if you can imagine, what I have invested is over about 10K.
Yeah,
like, it's not much to put into it.
It's not much, but you know, like I'm
just 5 ETH.
But imagine this, like what I have. No, imagine like that's actually. I should take that back. That's not what I have invested. What I have right now, worth of chimps and gorillas, is over 10K. What happens is you'll get this Nana, right? They're still minting these chimps and gorillas weekly, and how do they chimp it with raffles for Nana? So you're throwing the money back into the machine to get more chimps, and that's how I started with one. And I actually threw some dough down to get some Nana because you can swap it on like exchanges, just like any other exchange to get this Nana because you can swap it's Nana for Solana, all this shit. But I think it's pretty sick, dude. Like, dude, there's some guys. Now let me show you here. This is gonna be. I'm gonna go to this Discord. All right, it's
what's 50,000.
I'm just gonna go to the whale calls. I probably my 44,000. Well, I'll show you right now. 66,200.
So you're making $200 a day.
Yeah, I haven't yielded this. Let me show you this. All right, so I every 4 hours you can do a heist, right? You leave it in there longer, there's higher chance of getting wrecked. I'm telling you, you burn your fucking chimp. You can't play the game. You can lose your chimp. So I'm gonna claim these chimps. They've been in here 5 hours, 13 minutes. They only give 67,000 Nana an hour. So that's how much, like if there's a certain amount of chimps here, they're going to divide that by 67,000 Nana and you yield that over time. And you can 10x, 5x. They have stats you can invest in. The stats actually don't cost that much, but it makes your chimp worth more. So now you have a $200 chimp that's worth about $350 if you sell it on the open market. But anyways, I'll claim these right here. I'm claiming my chimps. I'm going to show you how much Nana. So how much did I have there? About 44,000, right? All right, so I doubled up. I expected doubled. I actually did shit on this one, of course. 5x, double 5x, a couple 5x's in there. Wasn't that great. That's probably about 2,000 or 3,000 yield. What was it? 45, about 5,000. So I yielded about 5,000 nana, but that was just in a 4 or 5 hour heist. So with you count an overnight heist, which is 12 hours, and that 12 hours is like instead of 197 times a 10x, you got like 500 times a 10x. Like, so if you get a 10x, excuse me, I got to send them back, you get a 10x. Now check out the gorillas. The gorillas are passive income. That's what I like about the gorillas. So you got these gorillas. These guys are worth a lot more. These guys are $1,000 a piece. So, you get these guys, you just go claim and you just get the nano out right off the bat. So if you saw that last claim, some of those chimps didn't get any nana.
It's on Solana.
But some got like a
right?
5x, some guys with like a double X. Like, it's just
Drew,
I don't know.
Are you gonna ape into this?
Yeah, it's on Solana. It's dope, dude. It's what's nice about Solana is it's quick.
Not a chance. I can't stand Solana at all.
Oh man.
It took a lot for me just to get into ordinals, okay? And that was purely now I'm learning ordinals. I don't have time to learn Sol. Also, I feel like people that play on Sol are playing
Here, I'll tell you the difference. I'll tell you the difference. It's literally not even pennies you find off the ground for the fees. So imagine I'm swapping this Nana for Solana. It don't cost anything to swap it, dude. Every time you swap something on a fucking Ethereum network, it's costing you $50, dude. That's
like
lunch.
You need to bet more, bro.
I'm tired of paying lunch every time I'm trying to swap something for Ethereum. It's ridiculous, dude. We're in 2017, dude, is when I got into this shit, and they were talking about Ethereum replacing Bitcoin, right? So we all know Ethereum's not going to replace Bitcoin at this point. They got completely different purposes. But blah, 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 a different point. Point is, since 2017, since I started getting into crypto and they talked about Ethereum, nothing's changed, dude, with Ethereum. Like, they think the gas fees have gotten better. It hasn't. More people on the network, and then they've lowered the gas fees, so it's equaled out. Fucking crazy, dude.
I don't know, man. When I was trading Sol NFTs, I found because there was no gas fees and shit was so cheap, people were just able to undercut me constantly, and it was like I got so fed up with that like just the ecosystem of it that I was like, I'm out, and I haven't looked back since.
Polygon. As soon as the Solana guys came over to ETH, I started noticing they were undercutting by like 0.1111111 or like 0.000001 ETH. It's crazy, dude. Like they're literally undercutting each other by like, on ETH, like,
oh man, it's brutal for it.
It was nuts just to get the listing ahead of it. I thought it was super funny.
I mean, that's just basic arbitration, right? I mean, that they've been doing that shit since fucking who knows, the end of time. Just going like one bank to another bank and getting, if you got enough money, you're making enough money off of cents on a dollar. Yeah. It's all about size, right? Like you talk about as a trader, we're all been there trading. And if you're trading with more size, if you got more confidence, you're trading with a little more size, and your wins are significantly bigger. Also losses, don't get me wrong, but again, you're using momentum at that point.
Yeah.
A lot of people will say don't change your size, don't increase your size. I think that's absolute horseshit. You're not like, you don't go to the blackjack table and fucking win a few hands and then you're like, all right, let me pull it back here. I'm not going to invest so much and bet so much on this. Like, no. You're betting more. I mean, it's the reality. And as long as you still have that risk management, you may be taking bigger hits. But, man, I'll tell you what.
Compounding, baby.
Ahead, I always thought it's more proportional. You keep keep whatever you're betting proportional to your bag size. I'm shit at that, by the way, because I just YOLO my whole fucking bag on everything, and then I get liquidated, and then I can't trade for a few months because I'm mad at myself. So that's what I do, which is terrible trading strategy. So, like, who am I to talk? You did try. I will admit, he tried, and then the gambler in me comes out, and I'm just like, yeah, but I could make this much if I just put it all of it out, and then I wake up to a liquidated bag because I don't understand stop loss. Yeah, man, I don't believe in him. if Caroline from FTX doesn't have to believe in him, neither do I.
Speaking of, what's the price right now of?
We're
fucking just totally fucking dumping, right? It looks like the lower.
We dropped.
The day.
We dropped from 1866.
Right.
To
I thought we made.
I
thought we made a new
last,
low on the day,
15.
but not quite yet. Soon.
And then we're slowly climbing back. Because ETH just loves to do, 10 hours of clawing back what it lost just to lose it all again in 1 minute.
It's just
that's the market.
It's actually interesting to me, and I understand it now because for a second I was getting pretty bullish, and there's actually high probability that we're going down before up now. High probability. I've come to that senses. I could actually show the charts. I could actually stream and do a little TA. Maybe people will appreciate that, but I have a lot of things to prove that, but it's clearly algo driven right now, right? Like when we're just fucking over here dying, bleeding away, and they're just fucking squeezing every $200, $300.
Yeah, you're making me laugh, bro. Because
so
I'm just
ridiculous.
Like the only money.
Q, what's up?
That I'm making right now
make
is
you
when
laugh,
I
Q?
start hedging a range. Like if
You
I
laugh,
take
was
all
it-
my
was it-
fucking
was
shorts in the top
it-
range,
yeah,
all my
yeah.
longs at bottom of range, and just like keep them. Like so, I'm never like I'm always holding like, let's say like 50 ETH short and like 50 ETH long, so I don't have any directional bias. I just keep stacking to one side based on when it's fucking rotating up or rotating out. It's like common like market making strategies to like hedge both sides essentially at equal orders. So you have no directional bias, but you can just add more bags as it floats towards one direction. That's the only money that I've been able to make. And you need like fucking size for that shit. Like you need a lot of money for you to make anything. Like I'm only making $5,000 a week off that.
Perfect
and
for range trading.
Like, I don't even want to have to fucking say how much I need to use in order, but it's like over 100 ETH on each. Yeah, exactly, and making $200 a day.
Mm-hmm. It's like having $15,000 in chimps and gorillas and fucking NFTs. Like, how much to make $200 a day? I mean, but like at the same time, they're cool. They're fucking, the artwork's great, and it's bananas you're making. You're literally, it's bananas that you're making bananas. But all right, look, like all right. So I think it's important. I saw one of the best. All right, so I have a weird system. People think that's kind of weird, but I saw one of the best short signals of our lifetime, right? It was on the weekly S&P. Now, you may imagine, right, this short signal has been flying off the handles for probably almost 8 weeks. I could show the chart and show exactly what it is, but it's so much. It's like fucking. I don't know what's holding it up. I don't know what's keeping it up. But we do know what's keeping it up. But theoretically, it's not real money, right? Like we can say that it's not real money that's going up in the sense, and I'm serious right now. If people were to start laddering in up to 4,300 SPX puts, it could be one of the best 3-month options, obviously, because you need to give yourself that time value, in my opinion. But it could be one of the best trades all year. There's over the last 8 weeks, there's been zero volatility. Historical volatility, zero. We're talking none. You just don't see this. It's crazy. You're talking about people talk about AI. Talk about the AI holding up the fucking market, dude. These fucking robots that are holding up the market. What AI? Someone needs to ask Chat GPT what the fuck is holding up the S&P, because right now it tells me there should be nothing holding up the S&P. It's like watching a car drive down the road with no tires, no engine, fucking no doors on it, no steering wheel, and no one's fucking driving the thing, and you're still wondering how the fuck is this thing moving down the fucking road? Sorry, I just had to make that rant. It was one of the, dude. I'm telling people, everybody I know. I'm telling anybody I know that's smart enough to make a trade on their own. Personal people, it's like, oh god, that's a. People, I have people ask me all the time, how do you short the S&P? Q all the time.
I don't know how.
Crypto people.
I don't know how.
The SPX, though, you can get an SPX probably globally, but the reality, SPX is linked to S&P, but it doesn't really matter. You can get it probably globally, Canada, Mexico. It doesn't really matter because they have the international funds that are linked to those. But the point I'm saying is that I'm telling all the people I know personally that can access that in some sense, and you act like it's a dumb thing, but a lot of crypto people are not involved in stocks, and it blows my mind. I'm like,
I'm not,
dude. You're throwing millions of dollars. I'm talking to hoo-ha number 5 at the Bybit leaderboard or something, and I'm like, yo, how do you have this much money? And like, oh, it just have that much money in that, but I don't have any money in the stock market. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like. Like one literally has very little chance to go to zero, and the other has a huge chance to go to zero. and one's backed by something, one's not theoretically backed by anything except for the people. The people is a big deal, but we should gain value on community. But anyways, I'll stop ranting. Are you guys talking to me in Telegram? They're telling me to shut up right over here in the left screen, guys.
No, they're not telling you to shut up.
They're telling me to shut up, dude. They're sending me a virus or something. I'm just joking. But anyways, yeah, I just land the plane. The plane landing is just the market is crazy right now, right? We all know it's crazy. It's been nuts. Banks failing and it's going up every day as banks are failing, as banks are going to literally zero, billions of dollars wiped off the table. But the market continues to recover and go up. We all know that is not natural. Something is going to come. Some consequences is going to come from that, and that's just the truth.
I just hope price goes up. That's all I hope for. All I hope, man, is the NFTs come back, because I have more fun trading NFTs than I do anything else. Even though I like trading my JPEGs, man. Like, what can I say? It's how I started in the space. That's what I like to do. And like, it's been nice seeing. Today I faded grapes. They were at 0.08 this morning. They're hit 0.4. Fuck. I had whitelist for that actually, and I faded it because I've been fading everything right now. Which sucks. But
I'm fading everything, but that sucks.
Well, it's just like every mint's been doing so poorly the past 2 months that I have whitelist on so much stuff that I just don't track.
I told Q about the heist, right?
You told us both about the heist.
I told you guys both about the heist right around Peppy time, right? We're all fucking around with Peppy and laughing. We're like,
bubble bath.
He's rich, like whatever.
That was the best.
Early on, and oh god! All right, and he had to go leave the screen up. There's nothing illegal about that.
It's not legal in our country, but Twitch don't like it.
But no. So it was a thing. Like I was telling you guys about that early, right? So one of the things that happened to me fairly recently of that project, and now again, hopefully people may kind of hate on me in the community that may be watching this, happen to be watching this, or whatever. Hopefully, you're not really hating on me. Well, because reality is I'm not a bag holder. I am an investor. Not an investor. I would just say a trader. I'm a trader, like you said, Drew. You're looking for trades in the NFT market. But they had an airdrop recently, right? So the heist had an airdrop, and they dropped these super rare cosmetics, and I got one of them for the chimps. Now, if I got the gorilla one went for, there's one that went for 150 Solana. So what is that? 3,000, right? 3,000 fucking dollars. Like $3,000 you got from an airdrop. It was just a small chance, and you got one per chimp you had. Luckily, I had 35 chimps and 4 gorillas, so I had 39, things. But I ended up getting one chimp, and I sold mine early for a large amount, and it was just one chimp that was $200. I got the airdrop item, sold it, made a lot of money from that project. And I kind of regret selling it at some point, but at the same time, you're like, look, you put in some money, right? Let's say I had invested originally $4,000. Well, I just made $1,600 to $2,000 back and your investment just from this project. And that's what the project's trying to do. The project's trying to constantly add to the economy and give you your money back. So you talk about trading NFTs, Drew, but like in the project right now, in the first season, they're making the Nana worth more valuable. They have raffles for cosmetics. You can change your clothes in and out for the chimps and the gorillas. So they're really building up the economy, which is pretty amazing. People, imagine this. People are selling, right? Let's say you sell your chimp for right now. I think the floor is about 10 or 11 Solana, right? You sell your chimp for 11 Solana. Well, if you have, let's say, 5 chimps, right? You sell it for 11 Solana. 5 chimps over a month will probably make you 1 or 2 chimps worth of Nana. So
yeah,
like, you're paying yourself back, and like people are like, oh well, let me go sell because the floor price drop. Is like, dude, the floor price is just kind of just sitting there stable, and the reason for that is because the idea is that you got to get a few to play.
Well,
but
honestly,
anyways, I just think that's amazing. I think it's amazing. You can
I
change
can do the
your
same
cosmetics.
thing. Just look at
like
my PFP.
change your clothes, change
that
your
Bored Ape,
your skin. That's how I got the 80.
You can
80,
do that in Photoshop for free, bro. Like no money. you just go in and you just change the traits. It's super easy.
Yeah, but can they play in the game? Can they play in the game, dude? Can they play in the game?
One.
I've gotten burned on a lot of the Ponzi games. I mean, I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love Ponzi-nomics.
Yeah.
Like the game, the pay. I've been in quite a few, and like Beat Boop, I almost broke even, and then they went to the new season, so like I didn't get even on it. But like, I mean, I like them. The thing is, like, I would just tell people when you're in those Ponzi games, get your initial investment out as soon as you can, with like by selling your Nana, do whatever you want, and then ride it for free and see what you do. Because then if you're riding it for free, it doesn't matter what happens. And that's my general advice. Like, so I don't know how you are playing that game, but like my one advice, like, I've played a lot of Ponzi games in this space since I started, and it's just like, sell your Nana, get your money back, sell some chimps, get your investment out, and then fucking ride it.
Yeah.
But that's just my personal, from what I've ran into doing those kind of games. Because I did like Space Game, I think I did, and like Space Game, I played it wrong, and I ended up getting half my investment back before everything went to shit. But
do they all just go to shit? I mean, that's what
they always go to shit, man. I haven't seen I haven't seen one that's lasted longer than, like, I think the one that's lasted the longest was Wolf Game,
Wolves,
and I think they're still going
for like 35 ETH at one.
But like they all eventually go to zero.
Grand. I remember that, dude. That was nuts. That was, bro. That genuinely was the first time I ever got into like NFT games.
Wolf Game was a fucking cool concept when it came out.
I had amassed that I just fucking sold everything when I was stoned as shit, bro. And I just was like looking at my, like, it was like wool, sheep, wolves, all this shit, like fucking
smart,
all in one bag. And I was like, this is a lot of money. I was like, I don't know how I just keep compounding this shit back into it, because like your wool turns into this. I pulled it all out. Less than 3 weeks later, man, everything went to shit. It was like the whole beanie thing happened, I'm pretty sure around the same time, because he was involved with Wolf Game, I believe, or used to be, or some. Anyways, I lucked out on that one, and that was the last game that I've played, on-chain game that I've played. I'm waiting for Helix, though. Helix Metaverse, like GTA on the blockchain. Yeah.
Oh, that's dude, the one that I was in there.
I worked for them.
Paid by them.
I worked for them.
Like,
I was their collab manager.
They look.
I was actually one of their first timers back in June last year. I started with them. They were.
I was.
That's the one I sold. I sold my shit, right? But my shit wasn't. Our shit was common though. Like, I if I invested, dude, I'm telling you, like it's like the fucking chimps and the apes. Like, I've never minted. I've gotten involved in the recruitments, like gotten raffles and shit for Play the Heist, right? And gotten involved and like getting mints and whatever. I've never gotten a gorilla. I had to end up buying it. That's what happens. You got that FOMO. You're like only 10% gorillas. Like I get that gorilla. Like you end up buying it, right? So like that's that. If I got back in that project, I'm telling you, I'm buying a penthouse suite on Madison Avenue right there, Madison Avenue, and maybe the West Village or something of Manhattan Q, because I'll tell you what, that
it's
shit
like
looks
GTA.
fucking
They
sick,
have
dude.
setups where
What
you
tell
have like
me a
missions
little
where
bit about it.
are
Like, are you
probably
gonna
gonna
be able to go
earning, like,
there
a
and like
token
you're
or
gonna be like GTA
NFTs that are like
6
worth money
or
and
what's going on?
tradable. You can get like weapon upgrades. You can get like customizable like furniture and shit. Everything's gonna be like an NFT essentially. And you can like all your artworks and like all your garage space and stuff, you can like upgrade it and like put, if you have like a Bored Ape, you can put like a Bored Ape
Everything in the game.
in-game wall during your house. And like, yeah, bro, it's actually really sick. So I'm genuinely stoked to like play it and see where it
That's sick.
goes. I don't have any of their assets right now. I was kind of hoping I could get a dip and then pick it up before they launch their game, but that's the only kind of game that I'm looking for, like on-chain gaming right now. And Solana, bro, like someone in the chat said, you had me so interested until you said Solana. I feel the exact same way. I'm just like an ETH diehard. Yeah, it's not possible to do that on. I know, bro. I know. I just.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like
you don't understand.
Again,
bro.
I made my argument.
In our heads,
It's
Solana
so quick.
is not.
It's cheap. But like, yeah, I get it. I get it. I was an anti, and I'm a. I imagine like 90% of my life I spent as a Bitcoin maxi. So like, you're fucking, you can see that. You see what that is. It is.
I got.
Laser. I gotta be right back. Oh, I gotta be right back.
Have you guys picked up any ordinals yet, or have you been looking at it all?
BSC20 token, like a Bitcoin token that was launched by Bitcoin Ordinals team. I forget what it's called, but yeah, I think it's either that one or I'd have to check. But one of my buddies is like
OXBit or whatever, the one that just came out last week.
OXBT for them or what, or like a marketer or whatever he does, but. He told me to throw like $500 in, and I did, and I couldn't even tell you how to sell, man. I'm like, it's so funny. I used to be the fucking shitcoin like degen. I used to, you were talking about Doge earlier. I remember us having dinner and chatting about it, but like, that's all I used to do. From 2014, I might be dating myself a long time ago, maybe 2015. Anyways, 2014, 2015, since then that's majority of how I made my bag. My first 100 grand was dumping $500 into a bunch of shit coins and then just exiting like on a 2x, 3x, 4x, and then keeping a small moon bag so if it actually launched. But that's how I made my first 100 grand in crypto, was just nothing but shit coins. So getting back into it after not trading them for like 6 years, 7 years, it's kind of an eye-opener. Like these BRC20s, they don't really have like the wallet supports and all the the MetaMasks of Bitcoin, so to speak. My buddy is trying to get me to set up, and it was they've probably done a lot of stuff to help it. I know with Ordinals they have marketplaces now, and yeah, so like it's obviously going to be getting better as you go, but personally, man, I've just been spending time
Xverse wallet's pretty good now for that,
and just shorting ETH, man. Like that's all I need to do to make money. Like seriously, I bought actually. Yeah, so like, okay, you'll laugh. So like all these shit coins, man, I will support and say there's this one, my homeboy,
the life of a perma bear.
He launched his token. Over here. He does dispensary work and like cannabis work for medical. I think he's in California, Las Vegas. I don't know that, Western Western United States, but he's really big in the cannabis game. That's my kind of background before I got into crypto full time. Um, and so I know him well. Like he's one of my really good homies. He launched a token called Riz, and like everyone fucking shit talked it. It did its first little pump, whatever, dropped the 95% every shitcoin does. But no one's realized that like he's not putting his entire rep on the line and fucking over years and years in the crypto space for a shit token. Like he's going to be taking payment in Riz and like burning it for his cannabis products, and like he's going to be implementing like a ton of cool like IRL shit to this token. So like that's the only token that I have big stacks in right now, and like every single time I wake up and it's cheaper than it was the day before, I just keep buying more because like my boy Rich is like he's a solid gem. Like he's a good guy. It'd be like Savage if you launch a token. Like I know your rep was not worth like rugging a token, right? So like, yeah, no way. Like even for like a few $100,000, fucking whatever. Like no way, man. My rep is more important. So,
No.
um,
No way, I'm not live or launching a fucking. You have to people. I want to say I want to just real quick interrupt and this goes to what you're saying about your boy. Just in the fact that like you're kind of throwing yourself out there for your boy and this token Riz, and people don't realize the start of fucking coin, and I can show you this, I can prove this to you. And most people don't realize when they say like, oh, this person rug pulled me. You need a substantial amount of
it's
money
900 to launch
to
a
put
contract.
down on a token immediately at launch. You're
Mhm.
not just throwing down $500 and starting a token. That's not, you couldn't do that. There's people don't realize like people throw down like 100K, couple $100,000 on a token. Indeed, they're taking some money when it starts pumping. They're paying themselves. That is just the tokenomics. But at the same time, like there's projects where, and this is where you have to look at it. You have to look at where the tokens are, where they're going, how much liquidity, all these different factors, right? When you're getting involved in one of these things. But for the most part, like these people don't just have $500 and throwing it at like in some name and coding it like that. Like it's a big project. If you look at and I just saw this one recently, one of the Ben.eth, we gotta talk about the big names in here, right? Ben.eth, which is BitBoy's boys crypto space. BitBoy's come out with like 17 crypto scam meme coins in the last 2 weeks, fam. It's like crazy. The most recent one is Loyal.
Yeah, someone actually in chat was just asking about Loyal.
Well, I'm glad someone in chat was asking about it because I have no clue what the fuck loyal means besides that you're loyal to losing your money to him. Okay, all right, fam. That's what the loyal stands for. But honestly, you not want to know how much like liquidity and all that shit. It's like the market cap just to start out is like 500 million. The fucking liquidity is like 50 million. Like they didn't just throw $1,000 at that thing to get that way. If you made 2-3x, you're going to be able to take your money out. That's what that means. And it's something that's very small and whatever. Just you got to realize if it's a small market cap and a small liquidity pool, you're not putting in life-changing money. I tell people all the time when you're putting in stuff like that, you don't put in life-changing money. You always put in something that you expect to go to zero. Expect it. Like these are all like lottery tickets. They're all like raffle tickets and shit in a real sense. I got really lucky with Peppy, and I rolled Peppy into Mong, and then Mong. Like I think maybe Q you got a little bit off Mong too, but Peppy into Mong, and like I had some good runs, and I legit was not pumping and dumping these by using my following on Twitter. I legit was trying to tell people like, get this right now. The timing is now. When you take profits, that is always going to make your own decision. I'm not a person that can tell you when to take your own profits. If you get pumped, it goes up 3-4x and you'll take profits and then it get dumped on a week later or something. And again, you didn't pay yourself. And whose fault is that?
Take profits, man. People got to learn to take profits.
I have a tweet that says, I'm buying Pepe and holding forever on April 18th. I keep throwing that in people's faces because the reality was like, I bid buy that thing and I still have some, but I wrote that thing. And of course, I'm going to pay myself at a certain point because I look at like, all right, look, I was smart enough to do the ride, to hold on for the ride that long. I think I owe myself a little bit of money. It's not, oh, I'm pumping, telling everyone about Twitter on it, and then dumping on you. Like, I'm telling you on Twitter, you get in a week, 2 weeks later because you realize I was right and it went up 6x. That's not my fault. You're chasing something that I'm proving like, yo, dude, it went up 12x, you missed out. And they're like, oh, I'm buying it now. Like, it just got listed on the shit exchange, like, fucking shit central or whatever. But hot bit, like, dude, people don't realize is that like we were in these even Mung early, dude. We were in these tokens before they were even sexed. I believe that once the sex happens, and I have a sex sponsor, Q has a sex sponsor, I think True does too. But once the central exchange, the central exchange, once the central exchange gets it and lists it, I think we're fucking doomed.
What I
saw happen.
We have sex sponsors now.
Call it
I gotta
checks?
tell my wife.
I've never heard anyone call it a sex before.
It's an American accent. Excuse me. Okay, I don't have the a. Okay, all right. So, sorry, sex. Excuse me. I should be saying CEX, central exchanges. When the central exchanges do get part of the token, I think it's just doomed. You're really confined to the algos and the market makers and the wash trading of the exchanges, and it fucking sucks at that point. But I'll tell you what, man, some of those rides on the swaps, I'd be sitting there and refreshing. You know how it is, dude. I'd be refreshing Uniswap and it showing my new value on Pepe, dude. Like, it's like, because you hit a refresh. It's not like a normal exchange. Like, it's not like normal money where the rate's keeping up. Like, you're looking at your central exchange. It's like, dude, when you're on Uniswap, like the browser just freezes. And you're like, oh, wait, it still says it's only $8,000. And then you refresh, you're like, $14,000. What the fuck? Like, so, I mean, it was a fun ride. You make good money and you hopefully capitalize from it. And again, I said I'd ride the wave as long as possible. And I think I did. I lost money, though. I lost money on Tate. I thought, Tate and the Matrix was going to be big. I lost some money on Tate, went to zero. I think it went to zero. I still owed it. I actually still owed all the money. But again, I'm throwing like, a couple $1,000s in money that doesn't really mean much in a sense of investment power or whatever. But
the amount of shitcoins right now that are in my main wallet that I just hold that are all at zero is disgusting right now. Like, Gov booty. The other Riz token that launched the same day as your friend's Riz token. That dude, the fucking
that's like
no
the
man.
The
fucking dev renounced the contract, and when he renounced the fucking contract, he locked it so no more buys and sells could happen. So now no one can go. The burn address owns the fucking contract, and it can't be bought and sold anymore. And he did that. So I have just like ETH sitting there that says it's worth money, but no one can buy and sell because the dev, they got some fucking dumb fuck dev, and when he renounced it, he locked the goddamn contract when they renounced it. So like, that was a new one for a shitcoin, whereas like they couldn't even rug if they wanted to because the dev fucked them.
You can see that though, that like you can see that kind of power. I'm pretty sure. I've done a lot more research getting involved with shitcoins. I thought about launching my own shitcoin. I had a great name for one. I still have a great name for one, but I decided in the end I was like, I'm not going to get involved with this. I'm not going to get exact XBT.
So you were planning on rugging?
Like, well, you assume, no. The problem is you assume as soon as you take any money for yourself, you're rugging somebody.
Yeah, the thing is,
the reality is people, your crew, your whales, every trader, especially if you're a trader, every trader has a few whales. Your whales, they're the ones that get in early, and they're the ones that fucking end up dumping. I'm not the one that, you know what I'm saying? They don't realize, like, it's not it's not the person like taking a little money at the top who invested $100,000 for a shitcoin to start a shitcoin. It's the person that's like who buys $5, $10, $15,000, rides that 5-10x for your shitcoin up, and then sells it. That ends up dropping the price significantly. But no, I just God, But hold on, real quick. Speaking of shitcoins, 3 days ago, over the last 3 days, the latest coin was China on Uniswap.
Yeah,
I saw Dex Tools, maybe it was Uniswap that was doing it. China, dude, it was up like fucking 120x or some shit, dude. China. Chinese flag and shit.
You make a good point though, man. Like launching
Ethereum.
Launching your own coin just seems like the biggest headache. Same as launching your own NFT project too. Like people always come to me and they're like, "Hey, I want to launch an NFT project." I'm just like, "Fucking don't." Like the amount of headache you get in launching a project, like not only the fact that it's hard to make a successful one anyway, is that if you don't make it successful, you have a ton of people that bought your project, or even if you don't have a ton of people, just like your friends that supported you, they buy this and then it goes to zero, and then you have all these people that are like, "Well, fuck, man, like what the fuck." Like that's why, like, I mean, I love working in the space. I love it, and I won't ever launch my own project. I will always be happy to work for projects. I love promoting them. I love everything about that in the space. Like that's what made me immediately like the crypto NFT space was when I joined. Like I immediately became a Discord mod because I was already hanging out grinding for whitelist anyway. Might as well get a fucking free NFT out of it. That like I will always do that. I will always work for projects, and I try to pick ones that I believe in that I think will do well for sure. But like it's hard, man. Like I've seen products that I thought had like an amazing like I'm trying to think of
team, dev team, and all
that dev team, like reward system.
How many
like I
projects have been like that though? Even fucking the recent Degens thing with Solana or whatever that kind of flopped recently or whatever. That was supposed to be big. Degens, which was a big project.
They left Solana and went to ETH.
Is that what happened? Degens?
Yeah. They bridged over
Drew
because
knows,
what can you do, man? Like I've worked for close to 50 projects now since I started. Like I've had close to 50 clients, and I could say maybe I'd have like 20 that ended up being really successful, which is like that's pretty good ratio, and that's because I'm picking projects that I think actually have like longevity when I work for them.
Yeah.
And that's rare. Like I mean, I get approached by collab managers all the time for projects that I'm just like, no. I had one approach me the other day. I won't say the name, but like they were like, it was for like cam models. You could like if you bought like the NFT, you'd get like a percentage of the earnings of the cam models, and I was just like, God. I'm like, I just didn't even respond. Yeah, I just didn't even respond to the DM. I was like, no, this ain't it, Chief. Like, have you heard of OnlyFans pages? Because I think you could just make more doing that. Like, why does this have to be an NFT?
Hour and a half into this almost. Do you guys want to chat about anything? Final touches on the week, and then do our little shouts out. Do you want to talk about the Ledger drama, the hard wallet drama?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should talk about the Ledger drama for sure.
We definitely should. I'd be down to do that. Real quick, I just want to say that like by next week, I think we're going to do this weekly, right?
Yeah, next week. We're going to do weekly.
By next week, fam, we're going to have our own Twitter handle that's just for this one. We're going to just end up doing one Twitter stream. We'll have one organizer. Like right now, I know we got Drew streaming and we had Q streaming and me streaming. There's some difficulties, whatever, but I think it would just be best if we get the one handle out there. We'll call it the Garden of Degens, right? Podcast or Garden of Degens, whatever, and we'll go from there. So before we get into our last topics, we definitely want to throw out some thank yous to everybody for coming here and listening to us and getting into the Ledger topic. I believe that this is the most important topic. No. I just want to say, like, I think I'm transitioning into the Ledger topic. I just think getting into the Ledger topic, it's important that everything that's said here is obviously opinion, and we don't know technically all the details behind some of the coding of the Ledger and the shit, but I've heard some horrible rumors. behind it. All right, you want to go, Q? Go ahead.
All right. Drew, take the
These
floor.
are-
You
these are
oversight
opinions.
on,
the market's extremely bearish. You should also
the-
fucking short this shit to death.
Let's just do the overview. Do you want to take over
we
the
are not
overview?
bulls. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, so they've come up with a new firmware update that you can opt in. I think it's a subscription-based service. So if you already own a ledger, you can pay a subscription, which allows them to recover your seed phrase if you lose it. Which means that they have the technology to get into your
They can
ledger
change it with a
and pull out
firmware
your
push.
seed phrase. They say that if you don't opt in for the service, they can't do it. But if they have the ability to
wanna
do
know
it,
something? If that's true, why wouldn't they have just released?
it insinuates that they always could have done this,
whole
and it's just
new
another avenue of
platform,
attack for your
and
thing.
the
So
whole
I mean, like,
platform was, if you buy this, we have access to your seed. If you lose it, none
They
of the
should've.
other ledgers, the Nano, the S, the X, whatever, all their other platforms wouldn't be under the same scrutiny. But no, they decided to, forehead it. Oh, bro, that was, yeah. Oh, bro, it was.
I think somebody got fired over it for sure. Somebody got fired because like
years.
the backlash
For
they got for that, and
years.
just like it was tone deaf, completely tone deaf to the crypto market. Like the whole people have been preaching to me to get a ledger because it's the safest thing since I joined cryptos.
Okay, hold on. While we're talking about ledgers, what blows my mind is we're still talking about ledgers in 2023. I've had a cold wallet since 2019. I had a fucking old man who's like might be dead now, dude, like older than dirt, tell me to get a cold wallet in 2019 when I was still using a ledger back then. Reality is, why the fuck are people using ledgers, dude? You need it when you're stacking, and I'm talking about stacking, and you need to have something to put away. The cold wallet is the way to go, dude.
Now it's you got to look for alternatives because Ledger just lost a lot of trust. And like I know Keystone is something I've been looking at. They actually sent me one for free like months ago. Turns out once you get a mutant ape
get free shit, dude,
because you don't have a mutant ape. Once you have a mutant ape, you start getting free stuff. So, but they sent me one to test out, and it is awesome. I'll hold it up. Actually, it's got this cool. You can it's got a screen on it and everything. You can see all your NFTs in it.
Oh,
it's like a little.
Nice.
Looks like a Zoom.
I want that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like I messaged them actually when the ledger shit came out because I was like, oh fuck, like can I use this thing instead? And they're like, oh no, ours is all open source. You could see that we don't have that capability. Yeah. But like I know that like companies like them and Trezor are just fucking stoked right now that Ledger did this because like Ledger was the king. Ledger was the one everyone knew about and told you about. And for them to just do this and like
way more. Like,
it almost gives a middle finger to all their supporters because like oh, we lost your audio there.
Lost your audio. God damn it, dude. It's just cats, dude. It's just fucking cats, God dude. I know it.
There you go.
This cat chewed the wire again.
I was just saying the social media accounts should have capitalized on that more.
Man.
I would have been the social media and just firing shots at Ledger.
No, he loses his spot. Now moving on to me.
Whoever has a Ledger, just slide in our DMs, literally just or just put dude, no. You a 15% promo code, and the promo code
send
was,
Ledger has your keys. A fucking package to their headquarters.
There's opportunities are endless, right? So the social media accounts, the managers should have stepped up. Yeah.
But, man,
Anyways,
they left that one. They definitely didn't
be a shell of a human being over the next 3 weeks.
No, they didn't.
For Tarkov.
Arena's coming out soon, Q.
We're
Next
not.
wipe
We're
within a
not.
couple
This
weeks.
is.
It's supposed to be
I was
for
just.
Tarkov. That's huge. Big news, fam. The trailer just actually,
Yeah.
in fact, pull up the trailer right now for the stream.
We're not playing that on stream.
Oh, dude, I was gonna say
We're not playing that on stream.
Okay.
We're gonna try to keep the gaming stuff off stream. But I wanted to say to our
because it is it's basically Call of Duty 2.0. But
I wanted to say
it's
to our
Tarkov.
viewers that we may not stream on Twitch next time. We might try out YouTube or Facebook.
Oh,
We're gonna
really?
try out the other streaming platforms. We're gonna find out which one
Yeah.
maybe gets the best quality, because I have read in chat a few complaints that Savage and myself have a bit of lag when we talk on the stream, whereas Q's comes across quite clear. So maybe we'll have to look at that. We will be releasing these podcasts on audio form on Podbean and hopefully
go ahead.
Spotify. We're just got to look into some of the logistics of that. So you guys will be able to download, tell your friends to download, and give it a listen, get our downloads up. That would be much appreciated. And I do next podcast, so next Thursday, I will be giving out a Nexus Tools Pass and kind of covering a bit of tools in the space.
15?
And what I use for trading NFTs and crypto in general. So we can cover some tool use.
We just wanted to start off our kind of Genesis episode. You guys can all get to know kind of, who we are in the space, what we've done. For those of you that have missed that, it's right at the start. We did kind of some
big time
medium length introductions about who we are in the space, and where what we did to get here today. But we're going to be running this for a hot minute, I think. So we're going to try and plan it to do every Thursday. The timing is going to be a little bit various, but we're going to try and start for 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard on Thursdays. So we'll get together. We'll be bringing on guests. We're going to be doing lots of giveaways, lots of money to be made just by hanging out and telling your friends about this stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. You guys can vibe with us.
Yeah, and I want to say something real quick. We're gonna clean some things up. Like some of the things I think we're gonna clean up is, don't worry, Q is gonna have his halftime ritual bong load. He's gonna make sure that he has whatever vape he needs for
too long,
prime time, because we don't need to be stepping off if we're only gonna be on for 90 minutes. One, I know you guys love to see us. Two, I'm. God, dude, I'm gonna give you. You're gonna be itching for something else here in a second. Anyways, no, I'm just joking. Looking forward to bringing on the guests. I really do appreciate people coming. Listen, guys, and I know we'll talk about this after post chat, but I subscribe to the Streamlabs, multi-subscribe stream thing. So I stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So I think we should get that set up to where we should have multi-platform streaming at the same time. That way we have multi-platforms, multi-recording, whatever, and multi-options for whatever works best for people. And we'll get some vibes out there and some surveys and whatever. Again, giveaways, definitely going to be having some giveaways. We're going to give some NFTs away. We've already stacked a little money, I think, on the side,
I'm
right, Q, for some
$13 on
stuff,
gas to send
be
you
giving away
$5.
nothing more than $5, fam, unfortunately. But we'll be giving away some like keychain shit.
Oh my god!
Some Chuck E. Cheese kind of items.
Yeah, people don't answer.
Well, unless it's on the Solana network, like I said, it's gonna be $5.
We're not giving out Sol, all right? People don't want Sol.
Don't have to. Yeah, that's a lie. The Solana crew will be coming. I guarantee you. I got them. That's my crew. They'll be here. There's gonna be a lot of wars, debates. Maybe we're gonna have a Jeopardy one night. That would be really great. We're gonna have like a family duel kind of thing.
Here's how I find them. All right, this is how I speak to
land
my
the plane. Why do you got to come up with some better disses, man? It's got to be like, all right, perfect, finish laying the egg. Savage.
I just got to tell them.
Anyways, all right,
plane, and it works really well. So I figured it'd work for you. Yeah.
Did you just wrap up? Let's wrap up and play.
So the Dave Chappelle wrap it up box. That's what we
sorry,
need.
People, you guys want to know? Like,
It's 2v1.
we gotta land the
It's
plane. We should
2v1.
just show
It's
everyone in
decided.
chat why we gotta land the plane. It's because Q has to let's wrap it
Thank
up
you.
and play
Peace and love.
Diablo.
Hey, I'm
Last
also
time.
right there with him.
God
So
damn it.